if any non-white person is being harmed, either directly or indirectly, by any of this activity, all the saber rattling or whatever,
Yes.
if they are harmed, either directly or indirectly, in any area of activity, then that automatically, according to counter-racist logic, throws all of that weight on the usual suspects,
Yes.
the white supremacists of this planet. All of them are guilty of this disorder or confusion or whatever it is. If it's harmful to non-white people, the white supremacists are always, without exception, the usual suspects. I don't care what form it takes. All you have to do is, I heard about some, the death rate in Southside Chicago or in South Sudan or in the Congo, or the election upheavals that are going on in the
world
that we call Africa now.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yes, and in South Africa, all the controversy going on.
Yes.
If there's any kind of dissension going on, if any non-white person is being harmed, either directly or indirectly, in any area of activity, economics, education, entertainment, any area of activity, the white supremacists are the usual suspects.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Right at that moment, they are instantly the usual suspects. Why? It's not supposed to be happening. The white supremacists say that they're in charge of everything, therefore they take the blame, just like the captain of any ship.
Yeah.
And this planet that we're on, called Earth, is a ship, you might say, and all of the non-white people are the prisoners, the slaves on that slave ship.
Okay.
And so therefore anything that is going on in error on that slave ship, because the slave ship shouldn't be a slave ship in the first place.
In the first place, yeah.
The captain is at fault. That's nothing but logic, and that's truth. That's truth based on logic.
Yes.
That nobody can be to blame except the white supremacists. Why? Because they are completely in charge. They're not partially in charge. The white supremacists are not some side issue or some halfway measure. They have it all. There's nothing that they don't have domination over when it comes to non-white people. Black, brown, red, yellow, every minute of every day, everywhere, every inch of this entire planet. 24/7.
Okay.
That statement that I just made is either true or false.
Or false, right.
But I think if anybody examines it, go all over this planet, just walk over it inch by inch, and they encounter anything that's being run, and they ask, who's running things here, either directly or indirectly? Who are you most dependent on? And they are people of color. It might take you a long time to get to it, but it'll be somebody white who is also a white supremacist. Not just somebody white just because they're white, but it will also be a white person who is a white supremacist. Meaning what? A white person who believes in dominating and mistreating people based on color.
Okay.
It doesn't make any difference what kind of label is on it. I mean, they'll say that there's trouble in the so-called Middle East.
Yes.
All you have to do is just take a look and see who's being hurt. If you see non-white people, people having color in their skin,
Yes.
dying or starving or whatever, it's automatically the usual suspects. You say, oh, this is just another routine white supremacist operation.
Right.
That's all this is.
Right.
That's all this is.
Right.
If black people are slaughtering each other in Baltimore, Maryland, like the Washington Post newspaper says this morning, some black male, a man named Mr. Tate,
Yes.
was killed, 97 years old.
What?
I mean, bludgeoned to death, beaten to death, found beaten to death. I mean, and you have all this dissension. I mean, the murder rate, I understand, in Baltimore, Maryland, like in Chicago, is very high. among black people.
Yeah, yeah.
That wouldn't be happening if the white supremacists said, hey, this is not going to be happening. Hey, I don't care what anybody says. No, we are going to see to it none of this is happening. And you better believe at the snap of a finger, it wouldn't be. You're dealing with the smartest, most powerful people that have ever treaded this earth. And they brag about that,
Okay.
being smart. That's what makes them dominant. So therefore, why all this slaughter? Because this is by design. That's why.